Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate underworld and expose its secrets. And today we've got a real page turner from Taboola.com Limited. It looks like they're serving up some Q3 results and a side of investor chatter that could tell us a lot about where this digital ad powerhouse is headed. You won't want to miss what is cooking behind the scenes at Taboola. Before we dive in, if you love getting the real scoop from these official filings without the corporate jargon, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've built an awesome Discord community for in-depth discussions. The link is in the description below. Come join us. Alright, let's cut to the chase. This is a current report, an 8K filing from Taboola.com Limited. Think of it as the company's official bulletin board for important news that isn't part of their regular reporting schedule. The big date here is the 5th of November, 2025. That is the day they're announcing their financial results for the third quarter of 2025. So what exactly are they telling us? Well, they've put out a press release detailing their financial performance for the third quarter, and they're including it with this filing. It's like getting the CEO's notes directly from the horse's mouth, served up with an official seal of approval. But that is not all. They're also putting out an investor presentation and some prepared remarks. This is where they usually put the spin on the numbers, highlighting the good stuff and perhaps downplaying the not. So good, they are making this available for their earnings conference call. So it's their way of talking to investors and analysts in a structured way. You can find this on their investor website. Now, they're being super clear that just because they're providing this info, it doesn't mean it is officially filed in a way that makes them liable under certain sections of the law. It's a subtle but important legal detail. And finally, this section just lists out what documents are attached to this report. The most important one for us, the meat and potatoes, is Exhibit 99.1. which is that press release about their third quarter results. There is also a digital file for interactive data, which is pretty standard. Okay, so the real juicy details are in that press release. While we don't have the exact numbers here in the 8K itself, we know that on the 5th of November 2025, Taboola.com Limited announced its third quarter financial results. This is the core of what we need to decode. They would have talked about revenue growth, profitability, earnings per share, and likely some forward-looking statements about their expectations for the rest of the year. Did they beat expectations? Did they miss them? How does this compare to the same quarter last year? These are the questions we're looking to answer from that press release. Now, let's consider what this means for Taboola.com. Limited Taboola is a company that operates in the online advertising space, specifically with native advertising and content recommendation. They help publishers show relevant content and ads to their readers in a competitive market like digital advertising. Every quarter's results are a report card on how well they're executing their strategy. Strong revenue growth would suggest they're winning new clients or expanding their services with existing ones. Positive net income means they're not just growing, but doing so profitably. When we look at these kinds of reports, especially from a company like Taboola, we're really trying to understand two things. First, is the core business healthy and growing? Are more people seeing and interacting with the ads and content recommendations Taboola powers? And second, is the company managing its costs and investments effectively to turn that growth into profit? Think about it this way. If their revenue showed a big jump, that's great, but if their expenses jumped even higher, then that growth isn't translating into a stronger bottom line. Conversely, a slight dip in revenue might be less concerning if they've cut costs and maintained or even improved profitability. The key is to look for trends and understand the story the numbers are telling. Are they investing heavily in new technology that's impacting short-term profits but promises long-term gains, or are they simply riding a wave of industry growth? For example, if they mention a significant increase in advertisers, that's a positive sign for demand on their platform. If they highlight growth in specific regions or new product offerings, that tells us where their future potential lies. On the flip side, if they talk about increased competition or regulatory changes, those are potential headwinds. In the cutthroat world of online advertising, companies like Taboola are always looking for innovative ways to keep users engaged and advertisers happy. This means investing in AI, data analytics, and user experience. The financial results are the ultimate test of whether these investments are paying off. We want to see if their strategy of connecting content creators, advertisers, and users is creating a sustainable and profitable ecosystem. Looking specifically at TBLA, they operate in a very dynamic environment. Other big players are constantly innovating, and user attention is a finite resource, so for them to succeed, they need to consistently demonstrate that their platform offers superior value to both publishers and advertisers. This filing, with its focus on quarterly results, is a crucial check in to see if they are indeed achieving that. So, What is my take on Taboola based on what we can infer from this filing? Without the actual press release numbers, it is hard to give a definitive analysis. However, the fact that they are filing an 8K to announce and furnish their Q3 results means they've reached a point where these numbers are significant enough to warrant public disclosure. It suggests they are ready to share their performance and likely defend their strategy to the market. The real story will be in the details of that press release. We'll be looking for revenue growth, profitability trends, and their outlook for the future. Are they expanding their market share? Are they facing significant challenges? If revenue is up but profit is down, it might signal aggressive growth strategies that are costing a lot, or perhaps increasing competition, forcing them to spend more to acquire customers. If both revenue and profit are rising, that is a strong indicator of a healthy, well-managed business. The biggest risk for a company like Taboola is often the changing digital landscape and evolving user privacy regulations. They need to constantly adapt their technology and business model to stay ahead. Opportunities lie in emerging markets, new content formats, and leveraging their data to provide even more personalized and effective advertising solutions. This filing is an important update from Taboola.com Limited, giving investors in the market a snapshot of their performance in the third quarter of 2025. The key will be to dissect the accompanying press release for the financial specifics and analyze them in the context of the competitive digital advertising industry. It's a puzzle, and we're waiting for the final pieces to be revealed. Alright, that is our initial look at this Taboola filing. What are your thoughts on the potential implications of these Q3 results? Drop your predictions and insights in the comments below. If you found this decode helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth corporate breakdowns. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.